Hi, I'm Michelle Elizabeth and I'm a mystic and also a life coach, but I just wanted to talk to you about psychic attacks, what they are, how do you know whether you're being psychically attacked, what you can do about it whilst you're under psychic attack, and how can you manage your life and maintain your energy moving forward so that you're less likely to get a psychic attack or that you become aware of it very, very quickly. So what psychic attacks are in a nutshell is basically negative energy directed towards you, and it's a negative energy that then hits your energy system and disrupts it and disrupts whatever's going on with you. Now, this can be something really small, like somebody having negative thoughts about you or even bad-mouthing you, maybe some negative gossip. And what that is like, so if somebody is thinking about you in a negative way or saying horrible things about you, it's like a little thread of negative energy that will come into your system, and it can really disrupt your energy system. So if you can imagine that you're having a fabulous day, you might be at a birthday party or something like that, and everything's going really well, then suddenly out of nowhere you get this sudden feeling of dread or anxiety, or you might get a pain or something like that. And you instantly take it on as your own. So you instantly think there's something wrong with you, when actually what it is just someone else's energy, negative energy coming towards you. So it can be something as simple as somebody bad-mouthing you or thinking badly about you. And this is often unconscious. So they're not consciously psychically attacking you. It's just the energy that they're putting out in their actions, deeds, words and thoughts about you that is then making its way into your energy system, and it's depressing your energy system and giving you effects. And this can be quite mild. So often we don't notice these things because it just feels as though it's just part of the bumps and knocks of life, and just how we can generally feel a little bit up and down in life. And then, like with most things, it goes on the spectrum. Where it can just become more conscious, more intense, and more negative, and the impact is much, much greater. So, and this can then end up with, there's people at the far end of the spectrum. These are people that are actually practicing dark magic, and there are people around that are practicing dark magic. And they do it to get lots of different things that they want into their life, and often they can put hexes on you or put some kind of spell or some kind of proper energy work that is coming towards you that is actually attacking you, and this is often done consciously, although once again, like a lot of things, they can make an unconscious deal with the dark, and then they just become conduits for the dark. So having a psychic attack can be mild, and it also can be quite extreme. So, and it goes from just bad thoughts about someone right up to actually practicing dark magic and putting hexes on people. So this is why you just have to be just a little bit more aware. So how do you know if you're being psychic attacked? Well, how does it feel? Now, often the way you feel when you're being psychically attacked is something that most people own. They own it as their own energy, and they own it as part of their own ups and downs. So for me, I'm hugely in balance. I have an incredibly good diet, so I don't have depression or sadness or inconsistency in my emotions due to bad food or bad diet. I've been doing a lifelong processing and bringing all of my emotions into balance. So if I do feel a negative energy, or I do feel that my vibrations are lowering, I instantly know it's something from outside of me that's coming into my system. I'm able to maintain this. So a lot of symptoms that we get from psychic attacks, people don't recognise as psychic attacks, own it as part of them, and just accept it. When, if we're aware and we have a little alarm go off to think this isn't my energy, this is, I'm getting attacked from outside, then we can instantly come in with our procedures and things like that to get rid of it. So we don't need to live with these negative feelings. And also, some people have been psychically attacked by family members and people who are very close to them, and have often been attacked for months, if not years, and they've put it down to depression and things like that. So it's really important for us to be aware that this does go on, and what it feels like. So when you're being psychically attacked, you can feel extremely tired, huge amounts of lethargy. where you just can't get going, where you don't feel motivated to do anything. And often this can come when we've been having sort of periods where, you know, we've been very enthused and everything's been working really great, and then it's as if someone's just suddenly come along and pulled the plug, and that we can't get going, we're not motivated. It can make us seem very irritable, very short-tempered. It's as if we don't have enough of our own resources for ourselves, and we get very irritated when anybody else wants anything from us. A feeling of being down and depressed, a feeling like, what's the point? That life is pointless, that life is hopeless, that you try really hard and you're a good person, but bad things happen to you. Or, you know, just this feeling of that you're no longer in control, that life is dark, life is heavy, you've lost your joy of life. You can also have pains. So you can feel like stabbing pains, or just sudden sharp pains coming in from nowhere. And you can just feel, I mean, I know when I've been psychically attacked before, it's one of those things that I wake up every single morning, completely rested, completely ready to start the day. I usually open my eyes, spring up out of bed. The times I know I'm being psychically attacked is when I just open my eyes and then I just lay there. And sometimes I will get this just feeling of something really bad's coming. Something really bad. It's like, oh, I don't even want to get up this morning. I don't even want to put my head over, you know, from under the duvet. And just this feeling of just everything being too much, just life being a little bit too much. So if you're getting these feelings, which often people will put down to, you know, just having a down day, just having an off day, it can actually be to do with the fact that you've got some quite serious negative energy coming into your system that could be directed at you. And what you need to do is to be able to get rid of that. And these are also the same feelings as if somebody puts a hex on you, which does happen. And I had a hex put on me end of last week. But luckily for me, I maintain my energy system all the time, so I'm able to go straight in and get rid of it and reverse it. So it's never ever really an issue for me. It's just I might have, you know, upon waking, sort of half an hour where I think, oh, I feel really off. But these are just really good signs for me where it's like, right, we then need to go in and start doing something about it, because this isn't acceptable. We do control the energy that we allow into our system. We do control whether we own that and whether we allow it to persist. And the main thing with any kind of psychic attacks, whether they be just negative, you know, projections from other people, or whether it is going down into people who are practicing dark magic, being aware of what is going on is the most important thing, because then you can change it. You know, this is your life, this is your reality, this is your energy, and you have the power to be able to control that and accept or not allow that energy into your system. So the first thing is just being aware of it. So negative energy, just to recap these points, psychic attacks is on a basic level just negative energy coming towards you. It can be done unconsciously or consciously. It can be mild or it can be severe. It can be a one-off, or it can be something that's quite insidious, which has been going on for weeks and months, if not years. So you've kind of absorbed this into your system. So you're living with this psychic attack daily, and you're thinking it's just part of you, and it actually isn't part of you. So psychic energy coming into our system, it can be incredibly debilitating, very, very depressing, and kind of make you want to run back into your cave. But it doesn't need to be this way, okay? So, how can you stop or get rid of a psychic attack? Okay, so first of all, I'm going to discuss with you quickly what you can do whilst you're being psychically attacked, and then we can look at what you can do when you feel like you're going to walk into a situation where you're going to be attacked, or how to maintain your energy daily so that you're not attacked, or so that you will always be attacked, but so that it's not becoming an issue within your life. So how do you stop a psychic attack? Okay, so you get up in the morning or whenever it is during the day, and you suddenly feel your energy change. Your energetic vibration is lowering. Things suddenly become denser, stickier. Just more angry, more negative. You might have some pains here, or a lot of the time the pain comes in the back, and they're very much like someone stabbing you in the back or stabbing you in, or you might suddenly get them here. But often psychic attacks do occur here, but you might get them in your stomach, you might get them in your shoulder, in your neck, but there's usually some kind of pain that comes into your physical body. So the very first thing you do, you've got some of these symptoms, so you take yourself away somewhere quietly and you just sit and you breathe for a little while and you ask, is this me? Is this my energy? Is there anything I need to know? Okay, and you need to start relying on your own intuition. You need to be listening or taking note of any images or any messages that you get through, because often if I sit here and it's like, is this my energy? I get a resounding no. And then I ask to be shown, where is this energy coming from? And I will be shown the face of the person who is sending me the psychic attack. Now, for me, I'm highly skilled in the use of understanding energy and reaching out there and reading the energy. So I will ask where it comes from. Now, I have people talk about me all the time. Some people can be quite negative about me. Some people could be having an issue with me. And these things are absolutely fine because it's part of my job. I'm a catalyst. So I am saying things that's pushing people's buttons, and they do want to sort of attack me. Now, the way I'm able to do this is it's like a little thing that just lights up. So I can think, oh, so-and-so's not very happy with me at the moment. But that's fine. It doesn't, it's almost like, for me, it's just, it's not a warning sign with these, because these are people I work with, and they're supposed to react to me at some point. So I'll know that, oh, Tessa over there is having a little bit of a hard time. She's rejecting me, or she's doing whatever, and it's like fab, because I know she's starting that process. And that's not a problem at all. Or I might even, if they're reacting really, really strongly to me, I might just soothe them a little bit, or just put like a block between them and me, so that I don't actually feel their anger to such an intensity. But I keep it there because I need to keep sort of like linked in with them. And other times it's people who are just, they could be jealous of me. And other times, because of the work that I do have certain groups and people that do try and come after me and knock me off my path and, you know, not allow me to spread as much light as I do. But the beauty with it is I always get shown a face. So I always get shown who is at the end of this energetic attack. So this is the thing that you just need to start learning, and you need to just start sensing out, you know, and asking the questions. Who is it? Who's sending me this energy? And you can follow the energetic link back to who it is. Okay, so you first of all, so you're sitting there, you're asking your questions, you're connecting in. Is this my energy? Is there anything I need to know? Is there something for me to process, or is this coming from outside of me? Is this an attack on me? Show me who it's coming from. Okay, and you'll be shown. Then what you need to do is not get angry. So if you get angry about this, how dare they? And if you try and send them that energy straight back to them, this is going to cause crappy energy coming backwards and forwards. Okay, so when you know who it is, you need to go off and make peace with that. Make peace with the fact that it's not personal, that you're not going to retaliate, that you're not going to put revenge on this person. This person is sending an attack to you for all sorts of reasons, but you don't really need to worry about that. All you need to do is stop it happening. Okay, so it's like with me when I have certain groups attacking me and I know exactly who they all are, I don't attack back. Okay, I send them love, I send them understanding, I send them compassion, because I know why they're doing it. So what I don't want to do is lower my own vibrational energy to be a match for theirs. The fact that I'm not a match for their vibrational energy is what allows me to feel it the instant it comes in. So I need to keep my vibrations high, be love, forgiveness, compassion. Okay? But you don't want them in your energy anymore. Okay, so you've identified that you've got energy in there that you don't want. One of the easiest ways to get rid of this is to jump in the shower. I use the shower to cleanse every single day, to cleanse and to ground. I make sure that I don't have any attachments, I don't have any cords. People put their hooks into me all the time, which is only natural. It's not a bad thing, but it's not something that we want because it's not good for our energy. So you need to make sure all these hooks are out, and I do this daily, okay, just to make sure. But when you're having this psychic attack, so you get into the shower and you feel the water coming down and it's cleansing. It's like the universal energy is going through you, it's going over the top of you. And it is pushing out, it is pulling and putting down into the plug hole any energy that isn't yours, any hooks, attachments, cords, anything that you've got coming into your energetic field. The water is cleansing this away, and you visualize it, and you visualize yourself cleansing, and you feel like all of this energy is got, all this energy that isn't yours and negative energy is being washed away from you. And while you're saying this, it's really important that you visualize and do visualizations where you are saying, no, this isn't acceptable. I do not allow this negative, low vibrational energy into my system. I do not allow this negative, low vibrational energy to affect me in any way. I allow myself to notice it and to see it and to release it, but I do not allow it to exist and impact on my system. Now, there's lots of different ways that you can continue to do this. So as you're in the shower, or you can do it when you're sitting down, I want you to take a few deep breaths and do that process just as you're going into a meditative state, where you're doing your breathing, you're filling yourself with the light, okay? Because what you then want to do, and this is a wonderful technique, you're visualizing, or you're getting the universal lights come in through your head, and it comes in like a rush, okay? Like the most intense power shower ever, okay? And this is basically power washing you out with energy. So it rushes in, and as it rushes in through the center of you and then goes deep into the earth, it's grounding you fully with this universal energy. You've got this energy, this gush, I can't even think what to call it, of universal energy that is coming straight from the center of the universe. It comes straight through the center of you. It pushes out like a jet wash anything that isn't in you, anything that isn't of a high vibrational rate, and then it comes out and grounds you deep into the center of the earth. So you're not going to get pushed or knocked off balance at all, because you've just got this, and it's rushing through you, okay? Now, this universal energy that is now going straight through you, and you have used to flush out any of the negative energy, any of the hooks and stuff that you've got in you, is exactly the same energy that is generated from your heart center, okay? So this is the thing, is you've got all of this going in, it's kick-starting this, like this generator in your heart, okay? And just feel it as it's getting bigger and bigger and more concentrated. And so if you can imagine, so you've got this heart center with this universal energy, but this is your universal energy from your heart, and it's also connecting in with the universal energy that's flowing through you. This is then ramping up and up. So then you can just visualize yourself, and you've got your physical body, then you've got your aura, and then you've got all your subtle bodies. So we have lots of energetic bodies that come out from us, and this is our energetic field. So then I just want you to feel this heart energy just getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and then it explodes. And that is the thing, it explodes outwards. And as it explodes outwards, it pushes all energy that isn't yours out of your system. All hooks out of your system. Hexes, whatever you've got that is sitting and attached in your energetic system, this just blows it out. Blows it outwards, gone. And that is exactly what we need to do to get rid of these hexes and these hooks. So again, and the whole time that we're doing this, you have to remember that this is your energetic system, okay? You, and only you, can give permission for energy to come into your system. And the problem that we have is we are unconsciously giving our permission, because by not saying no, we're actually saying yes, okay? So it's one of those things, it's very strange with our energy. It seems to be that for some reason, on some unconscious level, we've allowed a lot of these things to happen into our life because we have the mindset that things happen to us, that life is external and happens to us. And it isn't. Our life is internal, and our outer life is a reflection of our internal. So we actually are in control of absolutely everything. And what we kind of need to go back and do now is go back in and withdraw our permission, okay? And say, no, this is not acceptable. You are not allowed to do this. You are not allowed in my system. You need to get out of my system. Okay, and you send it back. You send that energy back to them. Okay, it's their energy. It's got absolutely nothing to do with you. You don't have to do anything else with it. You just say, have it back. I'm sorry, this is not acceptable. Have your energy back. Okay, so you've had this energy into your system. It's depressed your system. You need to then bring in the light. You need to cleanse it all out, blast it all out, and set your intentions. Withdraw your permission. This is your life, this is your energy field, this is your reality, and you set the rules, 100%. If you say they're not coming in, they are not coming in. And they may try, and they may hook into the outer bits of your energy, okay? But the second you go in there and say, no, this isn't acceptable, you do not have permission, it's gone, okay? So it may seem as simple as that, but it really is that simple. Okay, so when I was getting attacked, I was able to go straight in and get it sorted, and you know, within an hour, everything was all back to normal, and normal service was resumed. So the other thing about so you've had this psychic attack. Okay, so you've cleansed it out of your system. Now you need to make sure that you have really good protection in place. Okay. And this can be, I mean, I tend to use now like geometric structures. They just create themselves. So it's one of those things that, you know, just ask the universe, just when you're sitting there and go, right, and then visualize a protection, visualize like a dome protection over the house, or however it wants to show itself to you. It might be in just different geometric shapes or structures. It may be something else. It may be birds, it may be animals, you know, whatever it is that is your thing. And where you are at this stage in your life will kind of be presented to yourself. You just have to ask for that protection. And it's an energetic protection. It's a bubble over the house or a dome. It's a bubble over yourself. It's a bubble over your children. And it's that thing where it's like only energy of the highest good is allowed in here. Okay? Only energy of the highest vibration is allowed in here. The other thing that you can do, which is really good to stop a psychic attack in its tracks, is to actually visualize yourself with mirror shields. And you can have mirror shields around you, mirror shields around your house. And that is a really good thing, because these are just like deflectors. And sometimes when people are doing these things unconsciously, it can be quite good to just have this stuff reflected back, and you just don't need to get involved with it then. Although I have to say, on a warning sign, they could sometimes, when they get their own crappy energy reflected back at them, they can sometimes feel as though it's coming from you, and sometimes it can kind of make that animosity towards you slightly greater. On other times, it can be enough of a slap that someone has, you know, then they get a bit of anxiety feeling about you, and then it makes them reflect on their own sort of slightly shitty, dodgy behaviour. So it's one of those things that try it out, see how it all works for you. So the other thing that you need to be doing to maintaining your energy, there's quite a few things. Firstly, daily, it's really important to have a daily cleansing and grounding technique. It's really good idea to just do it in the shower each morning. And because you can just use the water, but it really doesn't matter. I mean, you can be doing it in your head as you're cleaning your teeth, but it's just, and do it however it presents itself to you. I mean, there have been times when I've needed to get rid of hooks and attachments and things like that people have got in me, and I was a beaver. And I just saw myself as a beaver spinning in the water and then spinning, and all these fleas coming off, and these fleas were actually all other people's attachments and things like that to me. And I find water has been very good when I've actually been under severe psychic attack. One of the first things I have to do, but it's because water's like my element is supposed to be air, but water is where I get most of my healing and my clarity and my knowledge and everything like that. So one of the first things I do when I'm in having any kind of psychic attack is I submerge myself in water, and that's cleansing it and getting off. But you have to kind of just find your own way with this. So there's a couple of things. So you've got the daily maintenance, where you do need to be starting every day, get rid of those attachments, get rid of those hooks, cleanse your energetic system, set your intentions that this is not acceptable, this is not allowed, okay? Make sure that you've got your protection. If you are also going into a situation, oh no, hang on, let me rewind on this one slightly. The other thing is you really do need to get to know your own energetic system, okay? And it's one of those things, because a lot of the time you're taking in energy and you're believing it to be your own, and it isn't. It's coming from outside of you, and there's no need for you to take ownership of this. And I can remember many, many, many years ago when I'd split up with a boyfriend, and I would see him every now and then, and I would come away feeling so incredibly sad. And it really confused me, because I thought I'd dealt with this and I'd processed it and it wasn't an issue for me anymore. And I couldn't understand why I was feeling so sad every time I saw him, until I realised it wasn't my energy, it was his energy. And I was picking up on his energy and was owning it as my own and thinking I'm so sad. When I wasn't, I was just sensing his energy. So this is another really important thing for you guys to start to learn, is what is your energy? What is somebody else's energy? And I am hoping on putting some stuff together, some little freebies for you guys, where you can get to know your own energy system, where you can sit, there's going to be a lot of visualizations and meditations, but where you can sit and start expanding out into your own energy system and getting a real feel for it. Because when you know what is your energy, then you know what isn't your energy, and then you can do something about it. And it works in both ways. You know, if your energy is a little bit off, but it's your energy, then you've got some processing to do. You've been triggered. You've got a great opportunity here to process some of your baggage and some of your conditioning and experience great growth. So you're not missing that opportunity. And then on the other hand, if it isn't your energy, you're not owning it as your own. You're not wasting your time processing something that isn't there, or at the same time getting knocked down so far that you find it quite difficult to get back up again. Because this is also the thing, when you're under psychic attack, that is when it's hardest to meditate and when it's hardest to visualize. And if you've been under psychic attack for quite a while, you can be quite weak, which is why you need to do these strong visualizations and then do a daily maintenance. Also get to know your own energy, so that you can know what is your energy and what isn't, and you can maintain your energy. But the main thing is, when you are being under psychic attack, don't attack back, don't retaliate. What you are doing is you are stopping the psychic attack. Okay? You don't need to go up to these people and say, stop psychically attacking me. They know. So it's just like this group that they tend to like attacking me in the new moon, because they need that little bit of extra energy, and there is quite a group of them. I don't need to go up to them and be like, stop psychically attacking me, because every time they try, it kind of blows up in their face a little bit, because I notice it so quickly and I stop it. And that is all that matters. I don't need to do anything with them. I don't need them to feel in the wrong. I don't need them to see the error of their ways. I just need to stop them from being able to access my energy. So this is psychic attacks. The other thing is, right, okay, so you're going into a situation, and this is the thing, as we're moving further and further into unity and more people are awakening, there's also going to be more of the dark element that is also surfacing in people. And so people are getting psychically attacked by people using black magic. But also, we've also got a lot of people around us who are very frightened, you know, family members who are very frightened, and they get frightened by your growth, and they get frightened by you doing something different, because they feel in themselves that they're getting judged, that they're getting left behind. It's very much, if everybody does exactly the same thing, then we all feel safe and comfortable. So if you are starting to change and starting to open up and starting to develop, you're going to be psychically attacked quite a lot. And this is often unconscious, but sometimes it can just be by somebody who's highly manipulative and wants everything to go back the same way. So there are two things that you can do with this. Obviously, you do all that. You know what is your energy and what isn't your energy. You do the daily the daily visualizations, the daily cleansings, and the daily groundings. Don't forget to ground. Hugely important. But the other thing you can do is set your intentions with everything, okay? You can energetically maintain your whole life. I do. I use energy with absolutely everything, whether I want to heal, manifest, create something awesome. If I want a situation to play out a certain way, I make it play out a certain way. I can create the outcomes. I can create the environment. I can create the energetic experience. We can create absolutely everything when we tap into this energy. So you're about to go into something, I don't know, it can be work, it can be family or whatever, where you feel that there's going to be some kind of attack on you, some kind of negativity. So first of all, you make sure that you put yourself in a great protection bubble. But a word of warning with bubbles. You don't want this to be a bubble where no energy comes in and out, because you will basically make yourself invisible. What you want is you want to create a bubble that energy that is not of the highest good cannot come into your energy. Okay, so you can still have your amazing energy pumping out, you can have your amazing energy coming in. All of this is really great because it's all this connectivity that we want to maintain and we want to keep, because it is an absolute blessing. What we don't want is the negativity coming in. So this is the thing, you create yourself a bubble or a protection where it still allows the flow of energy to move backwards and forwards, but it doesn't allow energy that is not for your highest good to come through. Okay, so you put yourself in a bubble. Then you visualize what you've got coming up. So whether it be the fact that you've got to have a difficult conversation with your boss or your parents or whatever, if you're going to do something that you know people aren't going to like, then you can set your intention of how this is going to play out. Okay? So drama, conflict, negativity, this is not acceptable. All right? This is the way it's going to play out. And these are the things that you should say to yourself. And these are the things that I say every morning, all the time. This is not acceptable. This is the way it's going to play out. It's my life. I direct this. Okay? So you're looking forward to whatever this horrible event is that's coming up that you've got to deal with, and you're likely to get attacked, psychically attacked. So you've put yourself in a bubble, which is allowing good energy to flow backwards and forwards. Then you think of the situation that you've got coming up, and you think how you want it, what end result you want, how you want this to play out. So if, for example, it is you've got to tell somebody that you're not going to take them on after their trial period at work, for example, say, and you know that they're probably going to react quite badly. So you set your intention, how you want that to play out. What is the best case scenario? How would you like this to occur? So you would think, well, they're going to take it very well. In fact, they're going to take it very positively. It's going to be a positive experience for them. There isn't going to be any drama. There isn't going to be any attack. And this is what you set your intention. This is how it's going to play out. And you feel it as though it's already done. You feel it, you visualize it as if it's a memory, okay? As if it's already happened, that it's a done deal. There's no hope. You're not hoping that this is going to happen. You're stating it. You're stating your intention. This is the way it's going to play out. Okay? And you can do it with everything. You can do it with the fact that, you know, if this person reacts really badly and feels like they want to attack me, this is not possible for them. Okay? They are going to come to this meeting with an open heart. They are going to come to this meeting with a calm energy. They are going to come to this meeting with acceptance in their heart. You know, all the things that are not, you know, going to blow things up or, you know, make things go sort of all fall to pieces. So that's not happening. That doesn't even enter your mind. And if you're having these doubts, you kind of need to go back to scratch with your visualizations and take some breaths, because what you don't want to do is to manifest and create and set the intentions for your doubts. So this really, really works. You can set, I mean, I use it all of the time. I use it when I have difficult people that I need to deal with, or whether I've got difficult information that I need to give to people. I use it absolutely everything, every kind of interaction, every kind of, you know, whether I'm dealing with my gas company, whether I'm dealing with my neighbour. I set my intentions on how I want this to play out, how I want things to be received, you know, the energy, and I maintain my own energy constantly. Now, these are all things that you can do, and you can do really well by yourself. But I will say, if you are experiencing what you believe is significant psychic attacks, if you're finding it very difficult to deal with them on your own, then do get in touch with me. Do speak to me, because I can be there as your energetic backup. I can set the energetic foundations and boundaries in your home. There's a lot of energy work I can do, and if you're actually dealing with darker entities, or if you're dealing with people who channel the dark and not the light, or you're dealing with groups of people, then do come and speak to me, because I can help you with this. But I wouldn't, there are going to be occasions when I go in and actually do these things for you, but I will always then explain my process, and I will teach you how to do it yourself. Whatever I do in life, I will always teach you how to do it for yourself, because I know you can do it for yourself. I can do it, I know how to do it, and I know how to teach you guys to do it. But the most important thing is that I can be there to give you an energetic boost. I can get you in the right place energetically. And if we do have a big problem, and often there are groups of people who are very powerful when it comes to these sorts of things, just call me in. I'm incredibly powerful. I hold a very, very high vibrational light. I have a sword, okay? So I was given a light sword at the end of last year, maybe? I don't know. It was one of my extra energy things that I've got. So it is the sort of thing that if you do need help, do not go through these things on your own. Do not think that you're failing if you need to have a little bit of help, because you're not. And sometimes if you've had sustained psychic attacks for many years, you're going to be very weak, and it's going to be very difficult for you to maybe initially by yourself get rid of those hooks and different things like that. So do just give me a shout. We can talk about it. We can talk about it on Skype or whatever, and we can get to real grips with this, because there are these things out there, and sometimes we do just need a little bit of help. So I've just got all the spirits coming in at the moment. They're all kind of dancing a little bit in front of my eyes. But anyway, so if you're feeling down, you're feeling negative, you feel your vibrational energy drop in any way, you're feeling lethargic, you can't get out of bed, you don't know who sucked all your energy or where all your energy is gone, it's very, very likely that you're having a psychic attack. However, again, as I say, do get to know your energy system, because cakes and pizza can make you feel like that as well. And this is the thing with a lot of the food we eat. A lot of the food we eat will depress us and will depress our system and can make us feel lethargic and depressed. So this is why it's really important that you start getting to know yourself, your energy system, what your body wants, so that you can then start to discern and distinguish what's what really, and then bring in the tools and techniques to sort it out. So I hope that this has answered most of your questions. I was trying to get it done because I have all this written down, but sometimes it is easier if people, if you can listen to me rather than reading it. I'm just having a look to see. I think I've got most of the things covered that I wanted to cover. So do just send me another email. Ask me any questions that you want. If you need any help, I'm here. If you want any further clarity, I'm here. And if there's anything else that you want any further clarity on, then do just let me know. Okay.